YouTube, it's Pastry Gaming Scotland here, and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are well and gaming lots. So in today's video, I'll be giving you my thoughts and opinions on A Way Out, a fantastic new co-op experience for the PlayStation 4. Now before we get into the review itself, this is my own opinion, and I'm not paid to say any of this. I will be giving you some pros, some cons, and my general opinion and thoughts and feelings of the game. So without further ado, let's jump into the review of A Way Out on PlayStation 4. So A Way Out is brought to you by EA, and as part of the EA Originals initiative, which is basically, it gives the chance for small indie developers the chance to create their own unique game. This can be a risk because the game might not sell, but I think in this scenario, Hazelight Studios, the makers of A Tale of Two Sons and obviously A Way Out, has put this co-op gaming experience on the map, and this is why I think this is the case. So A Way Out is a co-op only experience, so you have to play with a friend locally or online on your friends list. It cannot be played in single player whatsoever at the time of recording. I don't think it will be able to play single player in any time soon, in the foreseeable future. A co-op only experience only. So if you don't have a friend, however, you do have to go on to forums or look in the A Way Out community under the bottom of the game. When you load up the game, hit the down arrow key and it comes up with the community. Join the community and see if you can message people to try and play the game with you. And there's loads of people that are in loads of different communities that you can message, that you would want to play the game or just want to go for the trophies, whatever it is. You'll find somebody right for you. A Way Out, only one person has to actually buy the game. If you're in a group of friends, one person buys it, everybody else downloads the trial version once you get invited by the person that has the game. You download the trial version, it takes a couple hours maybe, at most, depending on your internet connection. Internet connections may vary. So once you've downloaded the trial, you can literally play the whole game as long as you have, or as long as you're playing with somebody that has the full copy of the game, which is a fantastic initiative, especially if you're strapped for cash. I think more games should follow suit and go down this path of giving people access to every game for free, pretty much. So the story focuses on Leo and Vincent, who are two prisoners who meet up in a 1970s prison with a desire to escape, coupled with being wrongly framed and quite emotional family situations in the background. A Way Out makes this fantastic co-op experience one you cannot afford to miss. However, the main story for me, I felt, was a bit short. It was roughly 5 to 8 hours, maybe 5 to 10 hours at a push, but that is dependent on obviously the player you're playing with and whether you've played the game already, because you will want to go back and replay the game because it has got certain options and certain choices you make. They don't have any overall bearing on the actual game itself, but you might want to go back and play a certain chapter just to see the narrative play out in a different way, because there are two endings in this game, depending, I won't spoil it, but yeah, based on what you choose really. So to be honest, it hasn't got much of a difference in the endings, but the two endings are slightly different depending on what happens in the game. I won't spoil it. And the gameplay in this is from the early stages of the game, so I haven't spoiled any gameplay that you haven't seen already announced or released from E3 or what have you. So as well as their dire family situations, the main story, as I said, is quite short. It has a variety of unique gameplay elements such as police chases, different elements of being on different vehicles, and just a really fun overall experience. I really highly recommend. It's got a fantastic transcending narrative throughout the game. I really couldn't put the controller down and couldn't wait to see what happened next. So if you're a big trophy hunter, this will be another easy and quick platinum trophy, depending on what you need to do for each of the trophies. Most of the trophies are very self-explanatory and they're very straightforward. They require you to do a certain thing within this certain chapter that they are all in. Not all the main chapters have trophies, but There's a few that have a couple, another one or two that have maybe 3 or 4, but they're all within the first 5 minutes of each of the chapters, so it's really easy and quick, and one of the most enjoyable platinums I've ever played so far. So with that being said, so finally, I wouldn't buy the game full price, as I just think it's too short a single player narrative. It's straight to the point, a really rich narrative, takes place in a variety of locations in America, fantastic graphics, the voiceover works really good as well, and you really do feel a strong sense of friendship and brotherhood and just fantastic camaraderie in the game as well. It really adds and makes to the experience. So I would finally like to say, because of the shortness of the single player and the time it took me to find a friend to play with, I would give Way Out an 8 out of 10, which is a fantastic score. Just for those 2 points, I need to mark it down. But yeah, with that being said, this is really highly fantastic. I really recommend buying A Way Out if you haven't done so already. As I say, I would try and probably wait for a sale or get it for around 25 quid, because I wouldn't pay more than £30. Don't know what the conversion rate is in America or Canada or Australia, but I wouldn't pay full price for it. Absolutely not. Really highly recommend you buying it. So as always, thank you very much for watching. That has been my review of A Way Out for PS4. One of the best co-op experiences, has a fantastic narrative, really fantastic element as the co-op side of things. I think it works really well, and I highly recommend you buy it, or you can even rent it if you can't afford it, because I wouldn't pay full price for it. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and as always, if you have any comments, please leave them down below in the comment section. I can't wait to read what you decide to message me with. If you played A Way Out, let me know your thoughts, and also let me know what other games you've been playing this week. But as always, thank you very much for watching. I've been Pastry Gaming Scotland, and I'll see you on another video. Thanks very much indeed, guys. Adios.